Second best title screen I've ever had the pleasure of not talking over. It's glorious. This is the Nintendo DS version of Chrono Trigger. This boy's name is Chrono. Yes, without an H. Does it bother me? Immensely. Huh. Come on now, out of bed with you. Imagine being so excited for an event in the morning that you sleep with your clothes and shoes on so you can get out of bed even faster. Been there, done that. I'm gonna close my window though because our youngin's eyes do not adjust to the sun very quickly these days. Can you spare 10G to buy me a drink? I'm sure my mom would love to know this is what I'm spending my allowance on, sure. No random battles, nothing. You're free to basically fast travel wherever you want to go. I'm gonna install the fairgrounds, drop by if you have a chance. Yeah, I do love me a good fair. I thought I'd see what the Millennial Fair fuss is all about. I'm on my way to Guardia's Millennial Fair. A fair, we're going to the fair, we're going to the fair. Get out of my way, I want to swim upstream in more ways than one by ignoring you and walking the other way. The Pore Inn, 20G. Boy, with prices like that, it's no wonder they're poor, eh? Couldn't resist. Hey man, as long as it's free money, I'll look like as big of a fool as you want me to. And that, my friends, is how capitalism gets power in the world. Anytime. It's a race, you heard of them? There they go. They want to give you a nice long time to talk to them. Well, we got an early lead by Steel Runner, but we got Green Ambler taking up the rear. G.I. Jogger is running about as effectively as you think he would in that suit of armor, but this other guy is doing just fine all by his lonesome. Wow, G.I. Jogger, you have no excuse. You lost a heavier armor. Wait, what? I know that they say that the fastest human in the world would lose a race to an overweight house cat, but you can't make a cat care about a race. So, no, you should be extra ashamed of yourself. See if I bet on you again. Cadillac, maybe I can make you care. Here, I'll scratch under your chin in the way that you really like. Sorry for stepping all over you while doing it, though. Go! I have good timing. I didn't even really intend that. Cadillac having an early lead, but Green Ambler taking up, oh no, this is bad. I think it's pretty clear who's gonna win. And oh, no, wait, come on. Speed up. Do another burst of speed, come on! No! Well, he was kind of like phasing through his crotch right there. Maybe he got the lead at the time that it counted. Man, government issue is right. You're about as fast as getting things done as a government. Come on. These hitboxes are not easy. No! Crup. Anytime. There. Wow, you sick bitch. You were just gonna make me sit and watch as she burned alive? You weren't just gonna put me out of my misery and fade to black sooner? Ouch. Well, good thing that never happened. Take this, cat! Is that legal? We have Meow, but we also have Neo. Because it's a new cat. Huh? Yeah? Uh-huh. Here's our Poyoza doll. Sling bush, that guy will run away, and the enemy drops a house. Okay, monsters can do anything. I don't judge. I'll accept my free house, gladly. If we go over this way, dead end ahead. Darn, that's a bad sign. Okay, I'm sorry though, but that sound effect following me making a pun was actually... I was having to hold in the laughter because I realized just how that was going to sound like a womp 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 sound effect, and I'm so sorry to ruin such a beautiful sound effect. I really do have a lot of respect for the sound design in this game. I promise I do. I didn't mean nothing. Okay, I'm starting to overreact, sorry. Obtain a bronze armor. This is why I suggested not buying one back when we were in the first shop. Hide tunic. Go and hide. Because the bronze armor's better than you and you should be afraid. Best insult I have at clothing. Okay, I am worried. But I also really need to get the hell out of Dodge before they see the room empty. Her Majesty's dismissed you already. You didn't engage in any untoward behavior, did you? Well, yes. Oh, I understand now, Luca. When they're in labor, they sneeze so hard the baby pops out. I don't know how to feel about that. Frog, how about you get a critical hit? Let's see your animation. Come on. No. You dare defy my expectations. You know what I do? I whack him with a hammer and kill steal from you. Be ashamed. Losing out to Luca's regular attack because you couldn't execute what your main gimmick was. Because this guy's weak to magic. It is the fact that Slurp is based on Frog's magic stat. Frequently, any kind of healing is. So I guess you could say it scales. No, I don't need to do Cyclone. We can just chop off his tongue. Or, further the fissure that is on top of his head, bringing it down lower through his brain and killing him very gruesomely. Got a potion there, didn't get the ether after all. It is possible to get multiple items from battle, so I think it has come to my attention that a pun that I have just made does not work. You have taught me that frogs do not actually have scales, so my pun that Frog's magic stat being higher means that his healing scales doesn't work. I've never seen a frog up close. I just knew they were amphibians, so I just kind of assumed. Because punning is serious business. People can get hurt. And I take this craft very seriously. Higher magic really bumps up his healing. Thank you. Heh. That's what you get for not doing what you're told. Oh my gosh. I get to meet the Steel Runner? Hi. Just bopped him right in the... I thought you had to do it from the back. I thought that was my first time doing it from the front. Well, serves you right for not taking my weapon away. We got the guards to deal with here. Oh, anyway. Cyclone beats him in one hit, though, so maybe I'll just do it again for the extra little bit of damage, because my regular attack wasn't cutting the mustard before. Apparently these guys are made of mustard. Because they couldn't say they were dead in video games back then. They're not dead. They're mustard. Oh, no. No, Chrono. Chrono. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, it was along the way getting much stronger for the road ahead. This time, we're on the road ahead to Site 32, the next place that we need to go to progress through this continent. Rah! Looks like an easy fire whirl. Ha ha ha! 5-1! New record! Ha ha ha! Oh, that feels so good! Burn! Melt! Evaporate! Do whatever it is that your form of liquid does when you're heated up to very hot levels. Obtain the race recorder! You know, I never noticed how much the diagonal sprite makes it look like Chrono is racing in Thomas the Tank Engine. Zap him right back. And, no, slash him right back. That's what I think of you hitting Luca with that. She's wearing so much metal that it conducts the electricity on her a lot harder. And then Marl's just, I don't know, maybe she's like taking on a lot of water. I don't know. Never mind. Trying to talk logic into everything is not always a good idea. Fire whirl! I wish someone would look at me the same way she looks at a screwdriver. It's in bad shape, but it looks like a humanoid robot. Incredible! Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Astley's never gonna give you up! Finally! You can't imagine how boring it's been here! Can I take Luca's place? I can't imagine how she manages to keep up the breath to keep doing that. We can get Marl in the party, get her hopes up, only to just take the headband off of her head. Now that we've opened the way forward, I think we're gonna end things off here, and next time on Chrono Trigger, we're gonna take our shiny new party member, onward to the derelict factory to see if we can find a... Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, we found an old tin can in a factory. Okay, no, I can't say that to Robo. He's such a sweet boy. He's so good and he tries so hard and I like him a lot. Well, one way or another, we ended up with a new party member, Robo, who, do lightning again. Because I'm not using Wind Slash anymore. Who needs to imitate magic anymore when we can just do it normally? They do have a grudge against humans. I got nothing to sell to humans. Get out of here. Please let me give you my money! I'm used to saying that from liking Nintendo. Humans think they got a right to everything. Teach them a lesson, boss! Out! You're spoiling my drink! filthy humans ought to go take a hike through that Heckran cave and get what's coming to them. Yeah, well, joke's on you. You're so uneducated in this stupid village that you didn't even use proper capitalization on a proper noun. Yeah, I sure told him. Grammar's really serious. Yeah, I told him. Guess what? We're just spreading that headband all around. Everybody's getting a sweat in it, and now it's your turn. I'm so sorry that you had to be the one to go after Robo, considering that he sweats grease. Otherwise, we'd be in real trouble. Heckran Cave. Death to the enemies of fiend kind! Did those two imps back in the village actually mean to help us by warning us of this cave, or was it just reverse psychology, knowing that we're adventurers and we're gonna wander into the first place in town that we hear is dangerous? I think not. They seem like good people. Not everyone's out to get you. The gin bottle. Alcoholic reference. And good. I like you attacking somebody with their innate resistance and not the other way around. Chrono, just flexing your bicep while you throw her that. You are still getting to use your manly strength while being a healer. I like that you make it work. It shows that you really got a lot going on. 4 damage out of them. I think Heckran was really just like a child who lost a fight and was like, yeah, well, if they only genocided humanity, we wouldn't be here for me to lose. And doesn't think before he speaks. He's just petty. And there points you in that direction anyway. Well, buddy, since you're a man of my taste, I really gotta say, that day in the hotel, your luck sure was on the fritz. We'll go with what he said and bet on Steel Runner. Come on, guys. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, I almost called it. Alright, we got an early lead by Green Ambler, who we know a lot more relevance to now. G.I. Jogger taking up Steel Runner, completely sucking ass and not hauling ass. Like you're supposed to do with ass in a race? Come on, have you heard of it? Jeez! You know it's sad when the cat is the only thing that cares less than you, and it's not even by that much. Oof. Timing. Steel Runner doing what he should have been doing in the last race, but it's a very close one, all clumping together, occupying the same space in reality. Cadillac is taking up the front, but G.I. Jogger getting ahead in the lead, and it's gonna be a close one, folks. Going back and forth. That cat is sniffing his butt to get to know him better, and the wafting that he got from his cheeks is what he needed to have the motivation to move forward. The Manolia Cathedral is no longer inhabited by fiends. If we go back there now, the place seems totally deserted. Or in that room's case, lunched. I've not seen this little Tata lately. I wonder what he's gone off to. I suppose I should count my blessings. Things are a lot quieter without that little brat causing trouble. Ha! I get it. He hasn't been around. He's been gone. His name's Tata. Huh? Yeah, it makes sense. Because, you know, my own son, the legendary hero. Defense is a hammer. It reminds me of this one time that a guy I knew who was really smart and got straight A's in school. I tried telling him the concept of the best offense is a good defense, and I went, okay, think of it like this. The best offense is what? And he goes, a gun. He'd never heard the expression before. This was in high school. I don't know. It just made me laugh. Anyway, the Ogun has near perfect defense. I assume this guy was supposed to be woken up by the freelancer? No? Hey, now it all makes sense. The reason why freelancers are so bad at their job is because they're self-employed. Huh? Would explain their general laziness. Okay, no, I'm not gonna throw around shade to fellow people who do similar things to myself. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, okay, I can't do that anymore. I thought it'd be a fun idea though, but then it just got annoying within 5 seconds flat. Like so many other things I do. So, no! It's like howling at the moon. Huh? Howling at the noon? No, okay. Congratulations. What are they doing? Some kind of interpretive dance? It's the lure of the seizure? Okay, no, that's kind of bad taste. We're outnumbered. Japanese spelling implies that it should be pronounced as Ayla. I shall resist with all my might to not say Ayla. That is what I've been saying my whole life, and I'm gonna try real hard for you guys, but no promises. I will probably slip up every other time. Yeah! Me Ayla! mean to do. Ayla like strong men, so Ayla like Chrono. We start now. Push A button many times. Why? Because they call you Ayla. Hey, there we go. 2 Kilwalas and another Bow Bow. Bow Bow, bow before my might. Show your affection for Chrono. And then some. Be vain. And then just give Robo a little pat. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Seeing how a Megasaur has never been allowed to do anything, they breathe fire and they have a strong physical attack. You'll never see this because, of course, you want to use lightning every turn, but now that I'm letting it do things, who will be the one to get struck? I shudder to think that it might be me. It is me. Also, strong physical attack. Spiritual level at the moment. I've been here waiting for 6 minutes for him to start digging. I keep wanting to just reset the room, but I know as soon as I do, he's gonna dig, and I'm gonna hear it for half a second as I go through the doorway. I've been looking at the patterns on the walls to pass the time, and that one up there looks like some kind of evil sorcerer raising up its arms while it has some kind of breastplate on. So this is how people passed time when they lived in caves. Why is it always everyone but this guy who digs right away? I need the bottom left. Oh yeah, great. 3 holes that all lead to the same place. Just what we needed. Oh, 4 holes that all lead to the same. A+. A+. You guys, just honest to God innovation. Yes! It's mine! I'm getting out of purgatory, for now at least. Mid-ether was what I did all of that for, and I still have to fight these guys. What harm could it do? Lies! Do you take me for a fool? No one would talk so easily if that were true. But perhaps this might loosen your tongues. Come, Nisbel! I don't want that thing anywhere near my tongue. Finders keepers! I have to say, after finding a new secret, I'm pretty amazed. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy! Fun little detail there that just shows how much trouble they went to. Also, I can no longer unsee this. There is an old man with chubby cheeks and a mustache right there in the middle of the water. Just thought I'd point that out. I didn't really think of it before. Was there a war against humankind 400 years ago? Most of the townsfolk still have a grudge against humans, so be careful. We didn't do much to not perpetuate the discrimination, because we just walked into a bar, a guy was like, your head smells funny, and that says a lot coming from a guy who has a butt for a head, and so we just murdered him. I'm sorry, I'm a sour spot on history where they said that humans had not slain a fiend in over 400 years. We get Chrono switched over to the role of healer. Chrono, you will not die like that. I really like saying Chrono about different things. Could you tell? Frog, lick your own wounds. Good. That did probably about as well as it would have in real life if you tried that. Oh, Poison Cloud. You can't really do. Thinking to save on MP, we'll probably go for the magic right here. 1 target. And Frog, blow bubbles at him. He might be laughing now, but little does he know that water is going to rust the armor that's part of his body and erode him to dust. Many people live in bubbles. You died in one. Midi. You fly-eating, tongue-flicking Oz! Ozzy's in a pickle! Don't you mean Ozzy is a pickle? Because you're, you know, all green and bumpy and like kind of fat. Oh, okay. Mr. O. That very similar. Well, he's not even similar to the freelancers that we fought back on the Denadoro Mountains. Oh, these. I guess I might as well get into a fight with them. This is a Roundillo Bomber. They counterattack by blowing themselves up. What a sad existence. Please don't be that sensitive whenever somebody gives you a hard time, okay? I didn't mean nothing by it. I mean, I still wanted to kill you because you're a bad guy, but, now I just feel awkward about the whole thing. And it works out because we have a better physical attacker now in the form of Robo. I think, do we have a... That's gonna Cyclone Sweep? No. I think we're just gonna have to punch him. Go them, Robo. Stick him with your doom finger. To say because he has a sad look on his face. Hey there, sweetheart. Unfortunately, you were born before magic existed, so casting spells is right out. But if it's any consolation, you seem to have plenty of other assets. Ahem. Unfortunately, a little dinged up right now. You lick her heart and then make it reproduce. And we also have some other text to learn, if I'm not mistaken. No, we already did Falcon Strike. What about... Oh, Boogie! Boogie! These things drop lapises. Lapises? Lapi? Lapi? Okay, maybe not that. Ammo for the cave apes to throw at you. That's mainly what they accomplish. He kicks that enemy that's on his side just to... What a genius. In that giant head of yours, I guess you didn't see that one coming. Oh, don't kick Marl in the shin. She has poofy pajama pants. You won't even do that much anyway. Throw that thing airborne! It's almost as cool as suplexing a train. And it just farted in response. That's a good tactic, actually. While your enemy is picking you up, just fart on them. That's actually pretty good. You need to heal. Bad. I like to think that Chrono lowers their defense by aiming for the horn a la Rhydon and Pikachu. Go, go! Such a cool-looking thing of ice. No pun intended again. 1637. Thank God. Old friend of mine No! I barely... My thumb slipped off the D-pad. Strange boy, but not bad boy. This is a font of recovery. Rest your wearied mind and body within, traveler. I apologize, I can never hear the word font without thinking like, ha ha ha, I guess like Times New Roman heals me. I don't know, I just had to put some positive spin on the situation. Which point? It's because of that... We can sleep our days away peace. I actually yawned right there because he made me think of it. It's contagious. That is an ultimate fourth wall break. Okay, well, you're just back here again. He just teleports around. Oh, that capsule's not been completed yet. Too bad, eh? You. I shake my head at you in indignance. He's not gonna turn around. He's like, I'm just gonna pretend he's not there until he goes away. All you're doing, you think is funny when I could be having higher stats? Yeah, okay, it's pretty funny with how seriously I'm taking it. Nothing else here, so into the small cave. There's a lot of places called that. That'll spit us out up here. And by following the same logic, I guess you float up because it makes you light. Okay. Zeal Palace. Death. It's like I said that in Luca's ear, and then she just like, I'm gonna go read a book now. I was trying to tell you not to step down into that hole. That's something that you are intended to do a lot later that you can technically do now, further lending to the open-ended nature of everything, but I would advise not. Elder's House. That's where I wanted to go. Down in, to one character. It is not a full party heal, but it is a full heal to at least one person. Can be useful in a tight spot. And now, let's go queen out. Let's go queen out. Okay, I was gonna say let's go clean out the king's place though, but queening out the king's place sounds good. Turbo Ether, hello. Can also have maxed out speed now. By taking a ride in what I like to call nature's washing machine. I don't actually like to call it that. Okay, I was just trying to do a thing. Okay. That is turns experience into money. What is this? Paper Mario Sticker Star? I'm good. I will keep my experience points. The man has tires in his official artwork that say bad year instead of good year. I guess they were manufactured in AD 1999. Ha 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 ha. And you kind of get to see how the land changed over time, as we've heard that it does, because we haven't really seen that so far, that man-made bridge became unnecessary because now we just have a natural in between those two continents. Huh, strange. I thought sea levels were supposed to rise as technology got better. Anyway. You know us, we're like mosquitoes. You seal the portal to other time periods within your era, and we just find another way in. I guess it's more like moles and not mosquitoes, but point is we're annoying. That's kind of my thing. Curse is foiled again. The important thing is that I can say, behold the power of the Zanmato! No, that's not the only reason I bought that. Down here, here's the Mountain of Woe to the Earth. Before all else, save your game. I recommend the party that I have at this point in time. Don't be caught with your pants down, even though Ayla's not wearing any, and neither is wow, we're only 1 for 3 on pants when I'm saying that. I'm making bad analogies. Well, they're not close enough together. Nobody's close enough together for me to do that. Come on. Ayla hasn't done Tailspin yet. That is an AoE attack. It strangely uses Ayla's magic stat, because I guess her ass is just that magical. Had to go there. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Earthbound. Village. I walked all that way back because I just really wanted to do that one time and I don't think I was ever going to get another chance to do it, so there you are. Last time. Sounds like someone working a crank. Cranking up the damage, that is. Roughly 1,000 shadow damage to all targets on the field. These guys, however, I believe, heavy hand. Well, the way that I gave you that hint sure was a heavy-handed way of telling you to get it, huh? If we're doing it like that, I'll just continue to be in your face with what I'm doing here. Oh. No, 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 and no! Stop the music! Haha, there, yes, there we go. Now then. Don't go changing my settings on the car radio. That's how you make enemies, and you're already in hot water. There's the take this. Didn't even attack Frog. Okay, so we're good. Getting impatient with him as I do, so I'm just gonna do a haste so we can get some damage clocked quicker. Get it? This is bringing the entire party into the prehistoric dance. Everybody dance now. You can see all their different sprites. The situation is, I more respect the babies than actually enjoy fighting them. That's a quote and a half. Over. What it says is, oh, you can't hug the top. Careful, it said. Slice and dice it. Don't think we've seen Magus's critical hit animation so far. That's a cool one. It goes down. Didn't take too long. Pretty much any party should be qualified. Oh! I sound like I just got hit in the balls, but I swear it's a much more joyous occasion than that would be. Well, push the shell, climb the shell. Well, the grave of a great explorer Toma is on the Western Cape. Even he never managed to find the treasure known as the Rainbow Shell. All the youngins are off of that millennial fare. Kids these days, they're just gluttons for fun. I know, them millennials, am I right? And their stupid fare, and they don't know the definition of hard work. Have you heard about the ghost, I mean? Enough! You're worse than life! What's wrong with a carpenter having a few pints in the afternoon, eh? You want to borrow my tools? Well, sure, why not? Be my guest. I'm a little busy, as you can see. So you need to go and get them from my wife. Told that kid his dad wasn't a carpenter. Phew, now I can finally get back to work. All right. What say we start with the ruins up north? On your feet, you lazy do-nots. Whatever you say, master. We've done all we can. We can't repair monster-infested places. Let us know when you've cleared a floor of beasties. We'll handle the rest. On to your feet, you lazy do-nots! Whatever you say, master! He's just awkwardly being like, okay, buddy, you do you. I'll back off. I swear, I wasn't doing nothing. The Golden Gemstone. After what we did before, I was feeling hoppy. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. I really can't stand you, you know? Aw, she's one of those tsunderes. That alternate version of the scene will, no! Instead, I'd rather talk about benign details. When talking to Chrono in the End of Time, look on the bright side. Huh? Get it? Yeah. I was saying we probably wouldn't get a chance to use that. Now we shall. It made a lot of sense to use. If he has a regular attack, so of course always keep healing up. I'm gonna keep the heat on. No pun intended. I should be ashamed of myself for not intending that one, because it's actually a pretty good one. Come on. It's always the funniest ones that I don't even think of, and then I say it afterward, and I'm like, wow, I wish I was smart enough to think of that one. Give me that damage. Chase down that bouncing eyeball. You think you're cute? Well, I got news for you. Disembodied eyeballs cannot grow up to be cute. But they can grow up to be rocks. This is the ancient sunstone. But again, come here, bud. I love you, and you never even said a dang word to me. Brings me back to high school. But if you're anything like me, the very first thing you wanted to do the second he joined our ranks was go to the present time, go to Medina Village, and show all those actual assheads who mistreated us throughout all of our travels every time we went around there, ha ha ha, that guy you worship, yeah, me and him golf on weekends now, and then proceed to dance on their assheads, preferably with Magus joining in, but I'm not holding my breath for that last part because you have to keep your expectations in check somewhere. Ozzy's in a pickle! I'm out of here. We've been through this before, Ozzy. You are the pickle. Just look at yourself. Just like Piccolo, or pickled covered cheeseburgers as he was known in that one episode. I highly doubt that was in the Japanese original. And that's just sort of abruptly the end of it. Do you like the parking job I did? I saw that they were laying out a space for a flying car, and I took advantage of it, and look, it looks like it's got its wings deployed all the time. It's perfect. It just fits in there so nicely. It's like they were made for each other. I ship dirt with a time machine. Okay, no, I'm just gonna get out of here before this gets even weirder. Oh, let me, okay. I want to land in aesthetically, let's try the crater. Yeah, I love landing in aesthetically pleasing locations. It's my new favorite hobby. I need to get a life. Geno Dough. That's funny. Sure doesn't look like Geno or a dome to me. On this processing plant line, we have Deverminator EX, the most extreme name I can think of, and we're gonna go extreme on them by triple kicking them in the face. Ayla just glows with the sheen of sweat that working up for that attack makes her have, and yeah, you just kick them. They're pretty weak. Whoa, no, Chrono! I promise that will not be a catchphrase. You have my word on it. Sheesh! We have found our 8th party member at last. I will call him Bobby, and he'll be mine. If you don't think Bobby's a good robot name, it's spelled B-O-B-I. That sounds really robotic. You know what we have to do with him. I'll be sure to note it in the future that if a Team Plasma Grunt ever won't fight me and gets in my way, I just need to bring another Team Plasma Grunt to stare at him, and then I can move on. Vigilance Hat. Around the Genodome before pressing onward. First off, there is a strength capsule in the lower right corner of this long corridor. Do you not realize, were it not for the existence of you creatures, this planet would be at peace? And yet you struggle to fight. For what? I know, it's so much our fault that thing fell 65 million years ago. We had so much control over that, and man, if we just weren't here to be murdered, everything would be perfectly fine. Oh yeah, and they built themselves, you know? They didn't need humans around. Humans. Yep, us humans didn't invent you machines either. You just crawled out of rocks one day and started ruling the world. So yeah, perfect for you if we didn't exist. Or next off, yes, magic capsule. Oh, Glenn learned frog squash! Don't you mean Glenn squash? No, okay. Well, we'll go over this way. A refresher on what's been done already. We returned to Guardia Castle a long time ago. Marl and the king had a falling out. The Chancellor suggested a way to fix it. And all you need to know beyond that is the Chancellor is an asshat. And not just one either. If you look closely at that hat, it has 2 butts on it, so he's 2 ass hats. Doesn't sit so much as stand in front of it. Ha 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 ha. Save the best for last. That is the only other time, besides the Millennial Fair, where one can witness Magus having a good time. Lizardactyls, yes, I love these enemy names. It's so funny whenever like something's supposed to sound threatening by putting 2 names together, and it just sounds stupid, like Lizardactyl. It kind of reminds me of Dinosaurus, which I have said is one of my favorite enemy names in the past, and a certain other really great game that I very much enjoy playing very much. Nay, the best game ever in the history of forever. Okay, before we get down that rabbit hole for another 119 episodes, let's charm these guys again, come on. Turbo Ether, good, okay. You have earned this! Oh, believe me, you have earned this! After how much grief you've done, you might think that you're not worth my trouble and that I don't want to give you the satisfaction of the most powerful tech in the game, but oh no, that's a... Well, okay. So it's going for Chrono instead, throwing him at the stone wall, ouch. I'll have you know these are priceless artifacts you should not be throwing people at. He doesn't care because these priceless artifacts are the dead skull of his brother. No? Okay, thank you so much for your consideration. Opening that from the back, it's a high ether. Opening it from the front does the same thing as well. Nothing over that way, nothing over this way. There is a little tiny hidden passageway, and this kind of looks like the southern end of the United States. I mean, seriously, this is like California, and there's like the Mexican border, there's Texas, and then over here you have a long stretch of nothing, and then it's Florida, yeah. Ah! Robo flies up into the heavens, turns into the Artifice Siren, and then rains down bolts from a god upon you fools! Very costly in the way of MP, but it puts together... Ayla so strong, striking her with lightning only makes her stronger, and then hits everything so hard it turns into piss! 1800 damage! The Chancellor has revealed himself as Yakra the 13th! 11 of these guys managed to have sex in a row? You have no excuse for not asking out that girl to the dance. I wish you could see Magus pointing his finger there. Okay, so $10.99. Sounds like an affordable price of your doom. I'm no good at sounding evil or taunting enemies, I'm sorry. Dark Bomb does... Ah, so the government's resorted to having permanent wax figures in their courtrooms because they have that few supporters. I guess this makes you a robo-tiller. He has a tilling mode to plow the fields, and he'll just get to work for 400 years. Given that he's not biological, we can just travel to the future and there won't be any culture shock whatsoever from a robot existing all that time. The Black Omen is the conduit to Lavos and the very thing that granted Queen Zeal eternal life. If you want resolution on everything that happened in Zeal Kingdom and to stick it to Zeal where it hurts, you know, wrecking the thing that makes somebody alive, that would hurt pretty bad. Excuse me. Starting off the fight, charm his ass head! That's what I have written in my notes. I like that very much. Whoa, Chrono! Seem to be saying that a lot. Make sure if a few things didn't end up switching out the party. Let's go into it. These are Martello. Sounds like a happy, cheerful little Italian man. Yes. I suddenly sound like Count Dracula. Thank God that didn't kill. Speed capsules. How about they go to the best girl who went ahead and charmed them? And before you make any arguments, hey, does your best girl give you free speed capsules? I didn't think so. Also, somehow in my notes, when telling myself to use spin kick with Robo and Ayla, I misspelled Ayla as anal. Okay. Oh. You get to be a nice guinea pig. Who's a good mutant? Who's a good mutant with skin made of metal, apparently. Robo learned electrocute. Oh man, I got slurp. And Magus is in the party. Glenn, you've been waiting half your life for this kind of revenge. Coat him in your adhesive saliva. And I guess lick Ayla too, because that's also kind of its own reward. Okay, I'm sorry. They're like consoling each other after what they just had to go through. Somebody ships it. And then in the next room, oh, hello. We don't need you anymore. Well, that's kind of a letdown, actually. I was liking getting excited every time I fought you guys, but I guess you just don't matter anymore, because we have all the TP that we ever need. The next time you're racked with the pain and isolation of your own pitiful, meaningless existence, the least you can do is take a small bit of comfort knowing that somewhere out there in this crazy old mixed-up universe of ours, there's still a little enemy, whose whole purpose in life is to give TP, and even their death cannot supply the heroes meant to save the world with a single shred of it. Wheel of Torture! It looks like a set to a game show, not a threatening entrance to make there. But it's a sad, sad day when Mega Mutant was not the most powerful. We're now faced with Giga Mutants, and it belongs to Marl and Robo, so we'll switch them in. He doesn't even need the speed belt any longer. Maybe I'm gonna give Magus the sunglasses. That has to look so stupid. He's just nodding his, no, he's just shaking his head at me over this one. I don't blame him. If I was the Lord of all evil and I had to wear sunglasses, I would just think, okay, I'm trying too hard to look cool. And I would just feel really self-conscious and awkward about the whole thing. Show them a really powerful triangle! It was too much for their, oh. Well, crap. Chrono with the haste helm is glorious. I pretty much just won that fight using only his regular attack and critting almost every time. And we'll keep going. Oh, wait, they were the bats, because they have giant bat wings, and they transformed off screen, and they came back, and they're like, hey, wanna see my pants? You're gonna have a strength capsule. Fun, but I really wish Cure 2 healed the entire party. Whoa, the splits Ayla was doing through that door were really cool looking. Don't read too much, please. Hello, loving it, loving it, loving it. I know what I want, and I'm gonna go get it. Don't read too into that either. These 4 panels have 4 speed capsules. I'm a B hero. Got all 4 of them, don't need you anymore. Eat it! And by eat it, I mean fire being a light source that makes the ice cast a shadow on your life. That's the explanation for how it does the type of damage that it does. Don't I sound threatening when I talk like I'm a scientist? That gives a muscle ring. And why not? I guess I can charm your ass head too, so it doesn't feel left out. You're sucking your own ass? And gaining nutrients off it? I knew the butts were good at absorbing stuff that the body missed, but that's taking it to a whole new level of power crest. Okay, I guess it wasn't really that important that we did it. Attacking more often and doing counters if you take out the middle first, and that's mainly what I'm trying to avoid. If you attack the center first, just get it weak so you can knock it out if it goes to a dangerous time period. And something I find creepy is when it comes back here, look at this. It's like happy to see you. It's like, what's up? I'm back. Miss me? It's like it finds all this fun. Not gazing into your nipples, it burns! Let's see. And now we're going back in time to clean up 2 periods. Ew. And eventually, yes, 2 new enemies that we have not seen before. Those things on the end look like somebody's dog who stuck its head out the window to let its gums flap in the wind for too long. That's a gosh, which is also the sound that it's probably making. The room, they don't even come back in other time periods. Thankfully, charming counts as a magical attack, because there's magic in it, yes. And more zeal, more mega elixirs, more prismatic dresses, more prismatic helms. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, only on Nintendo Switch. Picture, and that one as well. On the box art, however, he's right-handed. Could this mean the artwork is mirrored? Well, I'd say so. Marl's using fire instead of ice, so it's in more ways than one. This is based on a pre-release screenshot of the game. It must be played all the way to the end. Mom? Since when is there a dimensional vortex in our backyard? That can't be good for the trees back there. Mom, I thought you said you were gonna take it out with the garbage last week. Oh no, everything's getting dark. Any last words? Fine, go ahead, execute me. I have 999 HP and star defense. This blade will just plink right off. Okay, on that mountain, there is a really slanted-looking face with a creepy smile on it. Now you can never unsee it. It never gets old, it never gets old, it never gets old. Robo, you're such a good boy, and I'm happy to have you back in the party. I don't know why I suddenly turned into a Midwestern mom who smokes, but, he's got 999 HP and isn't going to be taking any real damage for a long time, so it's the crisis arm for him. Next time you're stressed, close your eyes and listen to this. It really helps. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, we started the game back up, ran through the Black Omen and killed Zeal 2 more times just for fun, went alien hunting, went into the extras, went to the theater, made fun of the artwork, briefly demonstrated the music box, saw the complete tech list, the bestiary, the ending log, the item list, treasure map, started New Game Plus, which by the way, they invented, talked about some unused content from the early parts, sucked up to Boundary Break, rode the ferry, went to the Millennium Fair, picked up Marl's pet before helping her, god damn it, found out Lavos got to see the fun after all, Marl got set through time, we went after her, ceased existing, went to Manolia Cathedral to find her ancestor, met 2 useless soldiers, killed 5 guys who were just singing in the church, saved her life from a guy who had spawned 13 generations, got out of the death penalty, ran away to the future, found everything sucks, raced the man, heard about some unseen credit sections, had a sitting robot who almost died, but thankfully will live with us, ended up at the end of time, beat the Master of War in a duel, making him not skip cardio day anymore. It was a full day. I can finally just rush through this horrible place and only have to fight the enemies like 3 times. It's beautiful. Oh, and I get to slash off his horn as he dies crying for a mercy. I need help. One of the levers in the Aussie fight does something. Because it's anchored down and Frog hitting it spins it. We must give thanks to our Lord and Savior. Well, games are a massive collaborative effort, but Meets It is the first person who came to mind, even though he had nothing to do with the graphics or game planning. Suck him in against his will, off to another time period where he will never see anyone ever again, unless I deem it so. Went off and played carnival games for a while just to do something productive with my time. That's the best thing about being able to time travel at will. Every day is the day of the fair. It is possible to kill the butt of the Lavos spawn, just don't. Screw you, Lavos. I'm using your children as a ladder. Really quick. It's nothing. A whole lot of nothing. You get good equipment, you get lots and lots of money. If you don't feel like you need either of those things, either of those things in a typical playthrough, I suddenly sound like I'm, from New York or something. I just have to insult every state and I haven't really insulted a state in a long time. I think the last one was Alabama when I was doing like a really terrible accent back in Pokemon Emerald. So I really got to catch up on that so I can get on all 50. Anyway, sure. What's the worst that could happen? I just passed gas while I said yes. That's, wow, the energy within my body cannot let me lie about this. Excellent. Come and speak to us now and again. Then we'll tell you if you ever have anything in need. Well, you are taking a lot of damage. Okay, here we'll get to see if there's... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I have a status immunity. How dare you take me for some peasant that doesn't have all status immunity equipment on my entire party? What do you take me for, a level 40? All of you know I'm a level 50 now. What level am I, actually? Oh, I'm a level 60. Never mind. Man, here I was, like, trying to sound all fake intimidating, and I was really intimidating. I didn't even have to fake it. Oh. What? You wouldn't let him live among your people just because he has red eyes? Exile the reindeer! Hey, that's a lot of beef. Okay. They have a physical attack. You're exiles, aren't you? Yep, same enemy that we've seen before. It's been a while since we showed you the power of X! The most extreme way to die. You live by the X, you die by the X. I'm just being very weird. Chrono shaking his head no at me, showing his disapproval. Hello, you're a very goofy-looking bug. From the front, he looks so doofy. These are Hercules beetles. I like that in the Southern Swamper. Wow, that's beautiful, and I take back everything I just said. Okay, well, maybe some of it. Oh, it's like she's hanging onto Chrono's shoulder, and they're looking out there together. And, Glenn is hyper-aware of his, singularity. Time ago. And by all that time ago, I mean the very last time. Reused assets? What is this weak-ass? Yeah, I'm sure he built this out of a log and an ironing. I guess he's in trouble or something. Brave heroes, help! Yeah, there's the yodeling. Bigger you are, the harder you fall. 700 experience points, 1,000 G. More useless gold. Useless gold. America's favorite pastime. After all, we are land of the billionaires. Let's not kid ourselves. This place is a giant FU. No, really. Like, on the map, like, it's a giant FU. I can't get over this. It's actually a giant F and a U. The feeling is mutual. It's becoming self-aware of how terrible it is. I'd best return to the village. I'm sure everyone's worried. We'll go with you. No, we won't. No, we won't. No! Forgive me. Sure. What are friends for? Oh, that's wonderful. All right. Truly? Oh, we'll be the best of friends. Follow me. He was crushing on him from afar the whole time. Seems he's made himself a new friend. I don't know how to thank you properly, but I am convinced that the only explanation for why we have to climb this mountain so many times is because it is an in-game sculpture of the game designer's fetish. I see a game of chutes and ladders. If 10,000 of you watch this video, I am sure this is at least one of your fetishes. And now by me mentioning it, you have representation in the media. I bet you thought you'd never see the day. Oh look, a bunch of cute little imps playing in their pajamas in the woods! Melt them! I'm sorry, those poor little innocents were the ones that had to face the wrath of everything that I have been through. What level is Ayla anyway, before we get to this? Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy, and I'm free! Ahem, welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Oh my god. Cleverly thought out puzzles and dungeon design. Interesting lore. Enemies not respawning every time you leave the room. That's right, this game is awesome. I almost forgot. Sorry about your courtroom, Daddy. Fiona's quest. She's going to teach you all about how to save the genocide of the trees. Fiona's quest is Magus sleeps with his cape as a blanket. I like to think that maybe he had this blanket from when he was a kid and just kept it all this time, and it's another remnant of his last life. The sound in this section is so eerie. Who would have known the greatest evil of all was waiting for me in my own backyard? Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, we finished all and everything. I was trying to make it sound dramatic, and I just made it sound even more awkward. That's my trademark. The sewers. Connected to a forest. I want to pet the kitty, even if it's gonna make enemies pop out, and I want to kick the can, and I want to eat the sewer cheese, and then I want to save my game, kind of. That one's actually not that true, because I can't really do that in the middle of an adventure, because, you know, it's a video and I'm breaking your immersion. Okay. Like any place that we've ever been to before, and it's a new You are the embodiment of all of my hate! This rat is this green radioactive putrid poop rat is all this is the mental image I get when I think of the Lost Sanctum. It's like a trigger word for everything that I hate. Just seeing that rat's face. I can't help but, man, they brought down things the Lost Sanctum actually did bring down things that I like about the game normally, because I always thought the rat was a fun running gag where it's always just a thorn in your side wherever you go in every time period, and it's just a huge, huge pain to have to deal with all the time. Like a rat to flame, they're accessories. These two items stack for an effective damage multiplication of 1.875 times. Taste the rainbow, motherfucker! I just had to get that out of my system because, oh, it's so powerful. In theory, yes, it can be collected Whoa! Not what I was expecting to see in a light corridor, more of a dark one. Seriously, she does double the damage of Chrono, who is second place. Ha, that was your strengthened flame. Go back to college. I don't know, it was the only insult I had in my mind at the time. I tend to not be very good at coming up with insults on the spot. Maybe I'm not a very mean person and that's a good thing. I'd like to think that, I guess. I wasn't trying to sound cute there, I actually just had to burp. And it just came off sounding very dainty. Dance on by very slowly, we fought you in the lost... This reminds me, a thought that I always had as a kid and that I still have from time to time. If you were to, like, pop an eyeball out of your head and make your two eyeballs look at each other, what would that look like to your brain? Maybe there's some Vsauce video or some other educational science channel that answers this question, but I've always wondered what that is. Would it just look like 3D because you're seeing the same image kind of inside one another and it's combining it like it's supposed to be one image? I have a lot of theories for what that would look like, and none of them are backed by science, so maybe somebody can help me. Without actually doing it to me, please. I'll pass. I don't want to know that badly. This looks like the inside of somebody's... hole. And I deserved that critical in the face for saying that. Ayla didn't deserve it, though. She's so much better than that. The thing... oh, scintillation! He's got the whole Dark Hero thing down where he has a darker color palette and everything, though, but the thing is, he just changed all the names of our attacks to edgier sounding words in an effort to sound cooler than us. And it's working! These attack names are so much cooler than mine! I can only do one thing. I must defeat him so that he can never claim plagiarism to me copying his names. And then I can use them myself and be a much cooler protagonist. What does scintillation even mean? You know what? I'm going to look this up right now. Oh, sparkling or shining brightly. That makes a lot of sense with Luminaire. Oh, that's it. Wow. I was able to look at a dictionary while beating you. You're pathetic. We cross the ruins, and the ruins of the future city lead to a game of Donkey Kong in Magus's castle. We'll keep going. I'd rather not fight the jugglers again. I don't think any of these can... No. There's no regular enemies that drop capsules except in the Black Omen. Go down. Okay, good. He was stuttering on the way down there. And we go from a game of Donkey Kong to... please be another Nintendo reference. Oh, the Mountain of Woe. Ah, referencing the Wii U era, okay. And over here... stretch it out, it's going to make the enemy appear. Maybe? I already selected my attack and I have debuff immunity, sucker, so sorry. You're gonna taste my scintillation! I absorbed the dark version of myself now so I can use the badass names and claim them as my own. That's a perfect crime. The legal way to use plagiarism. Just absorb the original thinker into your own body. I think it's pretty sound logic, actually. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. I'm sorry, his field he folds his arms and scoffs at me. I was going to say, I'm sorry, that's what his field sprite looks like. He just looks like the Count, and he doesn't take very kindly to that. Then again, when does he ever take kindly to anything? This is a new location. This is not a place that we've been to before. And of course I gotta fight these rats again. You're just testing me, aren't you? The Lost Sanctum has become self-aware and sentient, and it's watching me from across these different time dimensions to see how it is I react to things. Well, I'm on to you, and you will not cost me my sanity, because the Lost Sanctum already did the work! Those enemies had to have had some kind of strong physical resistance, and that's the only explanation for my low damage, because invented to stabilize gates. Well, that's the gate key. The Mammon Machine! You're absolutely wrong. Too bad. To the Hall of Punishment. Oh, no! It's a literal hallway that they send us to punish us. That's hilarious. Oh. Oh, no. Magus, get a critical hit if you'd be so kind. I've been wanting to see what your times 4 critical hit damage will be. Some punishment. I just laughed in his face after telling him a bad pun and he dropped dead. Very typical interaction for me to have with my friends. Another one? Flicks Confuse on all enemies. That's cool, and not just because Marl smacks her ass to it. And there is forever a record of me saying that on the internet. Are you really me? No, but I will be when I exterminate you! Did you notice my subtle little pun? I very intentionally said exterminate because it's called the Exterminator, huh? Yeah, I was doing a thing. Chrono, if you could crit. Or you can just win with a regular attack. Anticlimax! Chrono got a level up, though. A reward he doesn't deserve. She ate her! Speed, magic, and stamina. Well, that's all 3 of them down. I guess you could call them the 3-dimensional vortexes. Remember when Dalton said that he was gonna gather the greatest army the world had ever known, take over Pore, and then use it to kill everybody in Guardia Kingdom? Yeah? So, by saving the world from a demise in 1,000 years, we all just die in 5 years instead. Remember when I said that they ruined the ending to this game? Yeah, that was something that was retconned in later. And of course, just to add that extra little bit of salt-imbued lime juice to the eyeballs, it has to be, just has to be, the only bad guy I'm not wild about that gets to win in the end. I think it's best to just think of the and not the. Please let me end this on a positive note. So Dream Seeker is believed to be a reference to the DS. Dream Seeker DS, you see? In Japanese, however, this reference is not existent because it's known as the Nightmare. That didn't turn out to be very positive, did it? Oh, okay, I got it. Hold on. Luigi was behind it all!